It's Friday, December 31st, last trading day of the year. I just thought I'd shoot a quick video here before the open, kind of analyzing Tesla stock. And this is kind of the same thing you do for any stock, but I just thought it might be a good example of how to look at the various time frames and see what's possibly developing for today. So I'll flip around a little bit with these charts, but first of all, on the monthly chart here, you can see we have a potential reversal bar. We have, this is the last day of the month. We came all the way down and now we're closing higher, but there's still continuity kind of to the downside because we opened up near the very high of the bar, we came up, and now we're coming down a little bit. So in reality, you can still be going short, but I see this as a potential reversal month that could head up higher next year. But in terms of the very short term, technically you're in continuity to the downside. So then I kind of look at the various weekly charts and daily charts, and then I'll show you the hourly charts. On the weekly chart here, you're seeing a very small weak bar that should have continued up much stronger from this week. So that's a sign that we're just going to pause here and then maybe have a 2-down week next week. At the moment, although in terms of this week, we still have today to possibly have a big up day and turn this green as expected. So it's just, again, we have one more day to go. If anything, it looks like it's failing a little bit. So now we go to the daily chart and we see here what developed this week, should have followed through higher. This week should have followed through higher from this big green week. So we had an up day on Monday, and then we failed to go higher. We reversed. And then yesterday was the day to look for a kind of a 2 up, but it didn't develop, and we got a 2 down. So we are definitely, this is all in line with that failing week developing. So keep that in mind. So today is an interesting day, the way I see it, where we could head up above, have a 2 up day going up, or we could definitely follow through and continue that reversal week lower, more in line with the time frame continuity. If I look at the weekly chart, if we head down today, that'll kind of change that time frame to the downside. So we can go both ways. It's one of those things where I'm a little more biased to the downside. So then what I do is I go to the hourly chart because I want to see how the day closed yesterday. And that's why I draw these 2 lines here. So this is the key thing in terms of how the stock's going to open today. You have the hourly chart with a big red bar here. And again, the 2 up buy would be above the green. That's what I have that in place. So if we're going to head up at the open and possibly take out this to form a 2 up buy, we're going to have to see this 2 up first on the hourly bar. So the early 15-minute price action, and that's what I'm looking at here. If you look at the overnight action, is going to have to come up through this blue line and form a green bar. That'll be a 2 up on the hourly chart and possibly start the 2 up on the daily. But that, so that I know I have to see that, and that happens to align with the overnight price action high, and we are above yesterday's close. So if I see a 15 green bar heading up, I could take it looking to go, to see if we get the 2 up on the daily. I'm actually more anticipating the downside. So what you have here from yesterday is that hourly bar ending red. So if you immediately start lower, you kind of have continuation going on, which would be good, sign that you're going to maybe take out these lows. But I wouldn't necessarily sell it right away. I'd kind of wait for some kind of pullback and then, a 15, 2 up, 2 down to get short and then to take it out. So we'll just have to see if we open. If we open up higher here and can't follow through higher and then come back through the 50% of this hourly bar, that's a great sign to get short. Again, looking on the daily chart to kind of continue lower and take out those lows. So, and we'll see what happens. Again, between these blue lines, it's a question if Tesla wants to open up and fail here, let's say on the 15-minute bar really doesn't turn green, and then come back down through the halfway point of this area, I think it'll be a great short to take out these intraday lows and then, yesterday's lows. So just wanted to show you kind of the process going through the daily chart here, what's really possibly developing for today and how that corresponds to the weekly chart, which is weak. And overall on the monthly chart, we're still in red territory, even though it's possible into next year we could reverse and have a 2 up month, but we're not there yet. So we'll see what happens with Tesla today, and just thought I'd kind of analyze all the time frames before the stock traded.